Hey guys, how are you doing? It is Thursday, a rainy day here in Bushwick, Brooklyn, and I thought I would film another sewing video, vlog, whatever you want to call it. And today I'm actually going to be sewing some masks for Dennis and I for when we need to go out into the world and grab essentials from the grocery store or the drugstore or what have you, just to protect ourselves and protect other people. It's the thing to do these days, apparently, so I thought I would take you guys along with me and show you how I make the masks. Alright, I know now is not the time to be vain or picky with fabrics because, again, safety first, but I went stash diving and I could not help myself. If I can get creative with this and just make it fit into my wardrobe, I mean, all the better, am I right? So I'm going to use this cotton lawn. It's just plain black cotton lawn, and then I'm going to take this lace and underline it with one layer of cotton lawn. For the lace fabric, I only need to cut out pattern pieces number 1 and 2 for the face, since I won't be using it as a lining. I'm going to set these other pattern pieces aside, and I'm just going to baste the lace fabric to the outer fabric. And I actually cut out more pieces than I needed to of the black fabric. Whoops. I've placed the lace over the main fabric that's going to be facing out on the outside of the mask, and now I'm just going to make some basting stitches all around the perimeter of each piece just to hold the lace in place. I realize this is where pad stitching comes in handy because I made some basting stitches all around the perimeter of one piece, and you can see that the fabric isn't lying completely flat. So I'm gonna rip this out and do it again, but here, because in the spirit of saving time, and because this is a small piece, I'm just going to do some makeshift base stitching with some needles, just to hold everything in place while I stitch around again. Alright, I finished sewing the face part of the mask. This is the outer part that will face the world. So that is all sewn together. I'm just going to leave these basting stitches in and not remove them until the very end, just to make sure that these 2 layers of fabric don't slip and slide during the rest of the process. So I'm going to press the seams open and set it aside and continue on to sew the lining together. So here I have my 2 mouth pieces and the 2 cheek pieces, and once these are all assembled, these will become the lining to the back of this, and it'll all come together beautifully. So this is a fabric ham, and again, this step is completely unnecessary. You do not need one of these. I am just being ridiculous. It's great for pressing rounded seams like the face mask. So again, I'm just gonna lay the front of the mask over the ham like so. It fits perfectly, and just take my iron and give it a little pressing. This is a great project if you just want to hone those extra meticulous skills. So now the pattern instructs you to fold the ends of the mouthpiece in on the wrong side at 1/4 inch and press, and then stitch in place. And I'm just kind of eyeballing what 1/4 inch is. And then the same for the cheek pieces. So once you're done stitching down the folded edges of the mouth and face piece, the pattern wants you to overlap the mouth part with the cheek part at the dotted line going down the middle. And when you do that, it suddenly matches the face piece. So this is the lining, and then it'll line the face piece, and it's a perfect match. But what this does is that when the pattern is finished, this creates a little pocket here, or opening, where you can insert a filter for extra protection, which I think is a pretty neat feature of this pattern. Alright, now I am ready to join the main fabric to the lining, and this is where it all comes together. So I want to make sure that my right sides are facing each other, and then I'm just going to slip these over each other, making sure that my seams are aligned, pin everything into place, and then sew around the entire perimeter. I have both layers sandwiched and pinned together, and now I'm just going to stitch around the entire perimeter. And after that, I'm just going to pull everything right side out by reaching into one of these little pockets here. Alright, now I'm just going to trim some of these corners, because when I turn it inside out, or right side out I should say, I want my corners to be perfect and pointy. And now for some magic. And here's where I'm going to just take my seam ripper and carefully remove all these basting stitches. And they should come out relatively easily. But just be careful not to catch any of the lace. Go. If you want a tip for turning corners, you can take your seam ripper and carefully pick and gently pull the corner out, like so. But be very, very careful. A better way to do this probably is to take a pin, which is probably the better way to do it, because a pin will have a tendency to glide right through the fabric, or prick right through the fabric, as opposed to shredding it. But yeah, just the same idea. Just take the tip of your pin, go in and pull the fabric out until the corners are nice, pointy, and pert. Alright, we're almost done. I am going to take this over to the ironing board, press all my seams again so everything is lying nice and flat, and then I'm going to attach some hair ties so I can slip them over my ears and fit the mask on my face. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I feel really weird wearing this on the vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog and are inspired to make your own, because I want everyone to be safe, and you know, the sooner that we take precautions, stay inside, wear masks, keep our distance from others, the sooner we can get on with our lives and not need these things anymore. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing well, staying creative, and until the next video, bye!